Paper was like gold in medieval times.
Oh, not tobacco. Sugar.
That everything we thought we knew about the world might turn out to be completely wrong.
You know what's interesting, Tommy?
What's that?
Well, you can't paint with anyone else. We can't really work with anyone else. Did you ever think about what would happen if we hadn't found each other?
No, I have not.
Ever dream of having a country retreat and fixing it up so it's perfectly you? Well, I'm doing just that to my own summer house. It's rustic, remote, and on its way to remarkable. Stick with me. I'll show you how to create the getaway of your dreams.
Normally, there are 4 seasons in a year, but on my calendar, there are only 2 that count. Winter and cottage season.
Did it survive the winter?
As soon as the ice melts, and sometimes before,
Iceberg ahead!
I head north to the family getaway.
Look at that!
But this year is different. There's no relaxing by the lake, because I'm renovating.
Ramp's not quite attached yet?
No. Yikes. So do we just make a giant leap?
I've roped in my old friend Tommy to help on this project, and already we're upping the comfort factor.
Tommy, they brought us a bathroom.
How soon can they set it up? I gotta go.
It's beautiful. It's a designer shade of yellow.
We've also created a living room addition and redone the guest rooms. My family is growing by almost half a pound a week, so this place better get as big as fast.
Wow. This is completely different.
Upstairs, we've got the master bedroom and the kids' room, both of which had impossibly low ceilings until we raised the roof last fall.
It feels massive.
We've got some great clearance here now, right? We have over 6 feet. You can see the original slope of the roof.
The roof may be high, but it doesn't look so dry.
Is the fact that we see light there, is that what, is
It's
that?
not a good thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we had a little rain come in over the winter.
A little rain.
Just a little.
So if we'd been here a few months ago, there might have been some snow in here.
Look at it at the end. It's insane.
Somebody told me once, it's all just time and money.
Sure, and we have neither.
The stork is circling. These rooms have to be done before it finds me.
This is gonna be a room that's gonna be shared by my daughter and whatever this next one is gonna be. If I knew that I was having 2 girls, or if I knew I was having a girl and a boy, I'd have a much better sense of how to decorate this room.
So right now, I have bad floors, no walls, and no idea about a color scheme. The only thing I do know is I want to take out this window, put in a door, and add a roof deck off the master bedroom. Lots to get done. Pays to stay positive.
You know, sitting on the hot tar is
Oh, that's an ass burner. I'm thinking you better get back to the city and get to work, because somebody's got to pay for the repairs.
Yes, money always helps. Tommy and I have a shopping date, and it starts with the Sandman.
Tommy, how about this bed?
That's a kind of a cool bed. It's got
All storage.
One thing any home can use is storage.
And look, the drawers are solid wood and dovetailed.
That's good quality.
And it's on sale.
Are you enjoying all this bending over?
I'm loving all this bending over.
Now for the mystery kids room.
It's kitty land. Aren't we going with more bold color?
We're going with more unisex.
Yeah.
Fish? Fish are fun. Do you like the fish? Oh, come on.
What is that?
It's a fish toy.
It's 3 fish all smelling each other's bums.
No, there are 3 fish swimming in a
They're
line, which is
dogfish.
what. Oh, Thomas. You can get this as a twin bed with a trundle that pulls out. I think trundles are genius.
I like that idea. You have a limited number of bedrooms and you only have so much space available, but you can really maximize sleeping capacity with trundles.
Sure, trundle away.
Well, we've got the bed sorted out, and meanwhile, back at the island, work is trundling along.
Look at that.
Wow. That is progress, madam.
Adding all these windows to the second floor is going to give us incredible light in the bedrooms, but it is pushing my budget into the red. And my husband, Alexander, is pushing me even further into the red.
This is red fabrics, and I know how much you love red. And
Red is my favorite color.
I know. And I was thinking we'd do a red and white scheme in the master bedroom.
Can I just say this is a big victory for me?
Okay, don't rub it in. Just tell me what fabrics you like.
No. Yes.
That's it?
More red here, less red there.
Okay, let's try to be a little more specific.
It's kind of fun. That's actually really playful.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, what else have you got?
That's nice.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a winner.
This one I'm going to say no to.
Okay, why?
Kind of reminds me of going fishing. It's a bit too winter.
Okay.
Yeah. This one's too formal.
Merging lanes of traffic or
Actually-
playful cottage nautical?
Reminds me of my aunt and uncle's basement.
Okay, so let's just look at what we've edited down to.
I'm really liking where we're going, actually, with all of these.
I'm glad you are, because I'm thinking the things you do for love. Never thought I'd see the day when I said, let's do a red bedroom.
I didn't think I'd see the day either, but I'm glad we're starting to see it, because it's good.
I'm gonna have to temper this with a bit of white and cream, okay?
Yep. Ooh, and look at this. How about this for the floor?
No.
Nice.
We're going to replace the buckled floor with new hardwood.
So we replaced the floor because of the damage from the winter.
Right.
So what we need to do is get a sander in here, because I just want to paint them.
them?
Yeah, the maple is fine, but for me, I grew up in a cottage, an old cottage with painted floors, and I
Like that.
You like that?
I like it.
I like it. So, and 2 different colors. So we'll probably take one color in the master bedroom and then another color in the kids' bedroom.
Okay. Are these windows coming in any more than what we've got here?
Our roofers got delayed, so unfortunately our windows can't be sealed and put in place properly yet. We put plastic on, it should be fine for a couple of days.
We had a huge storm here 3 days ago. The floor got soaked, it's now buckled, and it's gonna have to be ripped out for the second time, which is crazy.
These floors are eating away at my budget. I need to save money on the walls. My options are select pine or knotty.
In the select pine, you're going to get the odd pin knot, 1 or 2 of those.
Okay.
As opposed to the redder knots. They're all solid. They're not going to fall out on you.
And what's the price differential between going with a select and a knotty?
Select pine's about twice the price. Sometimes a little bit more than twice the price of knotty pine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm liking the knots.
I'll save a few bucks and the knots will add some rustic charm. Back at the island, I'm making doubly sure that the windows are properly sealed because I don't want to do those floors a 4th time.
One day I'll be able to brag and tell them, your mother cut all the foam out from around your windows.
Meanwhile, Alexander's making himself useful hauling the pine paneling over to the island.
There's a fair amount of wood there. So, hopefully we can get it all on the boat.
It's tough shoehorning all this stuff onto a boat for a long ride to the island, but that's just one of his jobs today. As for Alexander's other job,
Hey, Vito.
a fish out of cold water.
What do I do about this gap that's here?
Tack it at this point and then level it there.
Great, okay.
Have fun.
Piece of cake.
Oh my God.
I think you might have to move the turn sawing.
Shut up.
You're doing a great job.
When I shove it in, you can see the gap.
When you're dealing with a factory end on a board, always cut like 1/4 of an inch off of that, because they're not necessarily 90 degrees or square to the board coming from the factory.
Sounds good.
Alexander's taking care of the stairway. Then we'll get some reinforcements to tackle the bedrooms.
Everything's one by 8, but yeah, horizontal. Set it level and go up.
We saved a lot of money going with the knotty pine, but I'm looking for a way to downplay the knots. Solution? Whitewash.
Let's go Oyster Bay for the kids.
Okay.
Just go for it.
A wash will tone down the yellow in the wood. You still get a rustic feeling, but it's nice and light. So we've nailed down the color scheme for the master bedroom.
So the question is, you wanted the color of your sweater or the color of your hair?
We're still stumped on the kids' bedroom. Clock's ticking. We need to choose.
What color is the kids' room going to be? We know right now that half of the room is being used by a girl and the other half is being used by...
We don't know.
We don't know. We know that we've got lots of greens and blues everywhere else in the main floor.
Correct.
So what colors are we left with? I don't want it to be lavender. I don't want it to be black. I don't want it to be gray. I think beige is boring. So pretty much we've got yellow, orange.
It's yellow.
I like it. Fine. Is this way too feminine?
Well, it is a floral.
Does a polka dot make it seem more masculine?
No.
All I know is I really like both of these fabrics. They're $13.99 a yard. They're 100% cotton. They're great for a kid's room. The older child is a girl. She's the boss. There you go.
You know, other times that I visited this island, I've had a glass of wine in my hand.
But isn't it much more fun with fabric samples? No.
Someone's not convinced, but one thing I'm sure of, this is the last time we're laying floors, and we're not stopping there.
I grew up in a cottage with painted floors, and I...
Like that?
You like that?
I like it.
I like it. You know, the funny thing is, now that I see these floors sanded, I almost feel guilty about painting them because they look so good. But I think it's okay. These are the existing floors. They owe us nothing. And there's nothing more cottagey than painted floors. So here we go.
Careful. You're splashing on your Pilates outfit.
Listen, at this stage in pregnancy, painting floors like this, I think it's an Olympic sport.
When painting a floor, I always like to cut the first coat with about 25% mineral spirits. It helps the paint soak into the new wood.
You know what's interesting, Tommy?
What's that?
Well, you can't paint with anyone else. We can't really work with anyone else. Did you ever think about what would happen if we hadn't found each other?
I don't know. I would be an awfully bored individual.
The trick to cutting is you have to have a really good angled sash brush. Never overload your paintbrush.
Patience is key.
And you have to watch where you're going. You have to be looking ahead.
Yeah. But you also have to know where you've been.
Exactly. It's sort of like life.
And in life, as in painting, you don't want to back yourself into a corner.
I've never painted newly installed hardwood floors before. I've always only painted old pine floors, which always have a gap, and that's kind of what contributes to the cottagey look. I'm a little concerned because at this point, as I add the next two coats on, I think I'm gonna end up with something that looks more like linoleum or a gymnasium sheen of floor. Vito's guys clearly did too good a job installing the new floors, and there are no gaps, there are no spaces. There's nothing that would indicate that this is actually a wood floor under here. So it's looking a bit funny, but I'm gonna keep going with it and see what happens.
So my new plan is to use an old sander to make the new floors look old, while Tommy and I go shopping for old stuff that really is old.
I love those little stools. They're milking stools, right?
Yeah. And look, here's another one.
This is totally your color.
This is a plant stand, but wouldn't that make a great little side table?
That is adorable.
For $25, already painted the perfect color. Isn't this the color that the floors are? Do you like the chair?
Did you send the paint colors over here?
I sent a memo ahead saying, I will be decorating the cottage in these colors. If you could please just have everything ready. Look at that.
Gorgeous.
Now, what about bedding?
What if we could find two quilts that were different, that didn't match? Oh, that one is charming. Okay, that's a contender.
That's it.
Maybe we can take these outside to get a bit more space to look at them.
Sure. So pretty.
Oh.
I don't know.
Did you bring the picnic?
No, but I'm sure I could wrestle one up fast. It's interesting. I think we have two pairs. I think we have 2 and 2.
Okay, let's try that. I've never seen the floral
Which is
ever
so unique
in my
and
life.
unusual.
And the first one that I found is a winner. These are hands down a great pair.
Okay, let's
I love
do it.
them.
Got
Let's
it.
take them.
Done.
This calls for a celebration.
We deserve this. After all that good shopping?
Although, this ice cream reminds me, we need to follow through on the Red Master.
Oh, look at the red. You could even hang that on the stairs.
So use it as a wall sconce.
Yeah.
Really? Great
Ooh.
idea. I wonder if
I love that.
they have 2 of them.
Or a purse. What do you think of that desk?
I like that desk.
If you're gonna put a desk in the bedroom,
Yeah.
you don't really want papers and stuff to be left out on it. And if it has an angled top, it means that whoever's working at it can't really pile it up with papers because they'll all fall off. So it's really a laptop desk, but isn't it kind of good to have it sloped towards the front?
I think it's fabulous.
It's $160.
Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell him. Shh.
And while Tommy and I were decking out the rooms, work has started on the deck outside the master bedroom. Unfortunately, our new deck isn't making the grade.
What's our problem here?
The door sits lower than the deck.
Oh, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do? Do you make it so that you hope that you don't trip when you come out?
Problem becomes not only the trip hazard, it's also a concern in the winter when snow will accumulate against the door.
Sure, you're gonna get ice pushing up underneath, and it's gonna wreck my beautifully painted floors. There's a rubber membrane because the floor surface for the deck is actually the roof of the screen porch below.
Right.
So you don't want to be screwing into the rubber membrane.
That's right.
So you've got the styrofoam, then the pressure treated, then the deck boards go on top.
Making it a floating deck. So the solution here is one of two things. Raise the door, and you've got room here to go up 6 inches or thereabouts, or create like a step up.
Okay, wait. Raise the door means rip off all the interior trim, paneling. Yeah, that's not.
No.
Okay, next.
I don't want to move the door. Vito's got another solution.
So you'd cut out a pad right outside the door.
Correct.
So you would come out basically at the proper grade from the door.
Correct.
And you would have almost like a trough, like a well that's going to run around.
Right.
And then you step up
to it. Right.
onto the deck.
The deck is underway, and to maximize the incredible views, I want to minimize the railings. So we're using heavy mesh in a welded frame. It's easy to install, and it virtually disappears. Inside, I'm adding some interest to my painted floors with a stripe, and to the stairwell with photos.
Let's just go random today. Hope it works. The key to success with these is we chose a frame that has an opening that is slightly smaller than the size of our photographs.
Right.
When you frame them up, they'll always look amazing because you can crop them.
And you can cut people out if you want to.
Bad guests.
Yeah.
You know, I think we've made good time. Then it's on to the finishing touches.
Perfect storage for kids' stuff, books, diapers, toys, you name it. Easy to keep it organized, and it looks cute.
Getting furniture to a remote location that's a half-hour boat ride away from the mainland is not exactly easy. So when I was designing the room, I wanted to think about the long term and how we would need this to function in years to come. I want the kids to be able to have friends over for weekends and sleepovers, so I decided to get trundle beds. The beds just pull out and then neatly tuck away. The big challenge with the kids' room was trying to figure out how to design something that would work when you don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I think it's possible to create a space that appeals to the imagination of a child through colors and patterns and playful touches without actually having it kid designated.
The photo wall was a surprise. I mean, I had no idea what was going to happen, but it's just great memories and a great spot on the staircase, and I love just browsing those, and so does Robin. Every time I walk up, she goes, "There's Daddy and me eating pancakes," or "There's Mommy and me in the boat." It's really fun.
There's something about the infusion of pieces that have had a previous life that make the overall design experience so much richer. In this room, we've got everything from quilts and textiles to the bamboo chairs to the vintage desk. And when you assemble them all together, each time it's a new and fresh approach.
There are a few things more cottagey than painted floors. I absolutely love them. Don't think just rugs. Put some paint on the floor.
Cottages and country homes are a perfect place to experiment with color. It's easygoing, it seems happy and friendly and lighthearted.
You know, Sarah's always more about white and so forth, but finally I got my red.
It used to be that there was really no views from the master bedroom. We had a window facing north, where now we have a door that leads out onto a magnificent roof deck.
The best thing about the master bedroom and the kids' bedroom looking at them completed is that there's nothing serious about them. It's all bright, cheery, happy prints and colors that feel like they've been pulled from a wildflower garden. And overall, it just sums up my take on summer living, which is carefree and full of fun.
It's a sheeting set.
Whoa, there's a big bug on it. Oh,
That's just a shad fly. He's harmless.
it's
You just go like
Jurassic
this.
Park. It's a big
No, you just
bug.
go like this. Come on, fly away. There.
This is what happens when you do your paint projects outside. Should we leave that there to become a fossil, do you think?
Put like a sealer on it.